Felix Weber here, Cardano Ambassador, and I founded the Catalyst Guild and wearing some other hats as well. Doing the closeout for the Fund 7 Cardano Ambassador and Catalyst Guild proposal. So let me share my screen. I will go on the most important document. This is the closeout text, which provides everything. The whole thing started as back in Fund, this was initiated in Fund 6. So summer last year, autumn 2021, something around this. And mainly because there haven't been any engagement or legitimate, let's say, interactions from the Cardano Foundation to the Catalyst ecosystem. And was pretty much ignored from the Cardano Foundation as well, what happened with Catalyst and the goal and everything. And it became quite important and quite vicious. Say, hey, wait, we definitely need the Cardano Foundation involved here as the whole thing moves forward. And when it comes to stakeholder and treasury accountability, it's not only relying to IOG, which is currently the custodian of the whole ecosystem, but we also need much more, maybe a non-profit perspective on all the things. And there it was pretty important to initiate some first, say, steps to bring the Cardano Foundation closer to Project Catalyst. How this all worked out is very first already in the beginning, there was nothing. So we set up a very first project structure for the Cardano Ambassadors to work properly in a good framework, and then addressing first actions. One of the first ones was the Catalyst Circle, where we have 5 community seats, 1 seat for IOG and 1 for the Cardano Foundation. Main issue in the Cardano Foundation, they're totally under-resourced, don't have any capacity to join effectively any engagements within Catalyst. Said, oh, okay, how can we start to build capacity around the Cardano Foundation, which supports any communications, coordinations, and collaborations between the CF and the Catalyst ecosystem and community. And then we introduced the ambassadors representing the Cardano Foundation at the Catalyst Circle, which was approved by the Cardano Foundation. First one was Stumpling in 7, then Matthias Sieber, and the last version, as we didn't have any other strong ambassadors within the ambassador program with a strong Catalyst experience. Yeah, CF asked me if I can go for it, so I did it. So to say, we have ambassadors from the Cardano Foundation, which taking the lead in representing Cardano Foundation's interests, needs, and visions at the Catalyst Circle. Then the next step was to figure out as well, let's say, some challenges are pretty important, and there was always a huge friction between voting on challenges and whatnot. And we defined the first process where the Cardano Foundation joins Project Catalyst as voter only on challenge proposals. This might be not so important now, but to initiate these processes right now already might become a really important topic for later situations, or like we had in Fund 9, for example, the beautiful example of Daedalus Turbo, where the foundation could have maybe a possibility to say, oh, okay, there are some proposals which ask for a lot of money and are obviously not feasible at all. Stop. There's a certain accountability for Cardano treasury and shareholder and stakeholders. And the PAs and VPAs do not provide the needed experience and expertise to evaluate such proposals. And what happens then is that serious amounts of funds from the Cardano treasury are allocated to very dangerous topics. And this in the pilot, how it was designed is on the very beginning of a funding round, a survey is sent out. We gather the feedback from the community and transform the feedback and the suggestions then into actual vote on challenge proposals with one single Cardano Foundation wallet, which usually holds around 15 million ADA. So making sure as well that it's not a, let's say, unilateral decision. Cardano Foundation could vote with whatnot 600 million ADA, but this would be quite a no-go because then Foundation would dictate stuff. So we set some really clear goals, some really clear rules on place. So voting on challenge proposals, only a low amount of challenges, so not too many, to not dominate too much of any outcomes there, and only upwards, no downwards. And further key achievements definitely have been already to open the door to get the Cardano Foundation already to a situation where they acknowledge the importance and the need of Project Catalyst and its infrastructure, its community, and the ecosystem in general. And to bring the foundation step by step to a position where they see also their responsibility to engage and to interact. Key learnings, mostly, well, still the same issue like on the very beginning. Cardano Foundation has massive under-resourced teams and do not yet have really the capacity to strongly engage in Project Catalyst. And what we will do is definitely the proposal is closed out. However, it's a really important topic, so we will not step away from it. We stay engaged in initiating, engaging, supporting any initiatives to build strong alignment within the Cardano Foundation and Project Catalyst. And yeah, that's it. Received so far $7,500 in ADA, 2,500. The final batch will be sent out after this closeout, everything. And yeah, I think this has been a pretty interesting and beautiful proposal where the community actually voted, hey, we want to have more engagement with this or that entity, and to actually have the possibility to find people which are able then to initiate and maintain any closer collaborations there. That's from my part. Thanks a lot for voting for this proposal and supporting ambassadors there. And yeah, you can count on much to come from our side, funded or not funded. We're here because it matters. Most likely, same reason like you for watching the video. And yeah, see you soon. Ciao, ciao.